it's your boy Watty the Dirtbird signing in here from Watty Associations, and welcome to another video. As I said in my 50 subscribers special video, this video will be kickstarting a new series in which I will be teaching you guys how to play chess. Now, I'm literally not gonna waste any time in this video. I'm just gonna get straight into it. But just before we start off the video, I just want to say once again, thank you guys for 50 subscribers. It does mean a lot to me. But as I said, I'm not gonna waste any time, and I'm wasting time, so I'm just gonna get into it. So this on screen now is the chessboard, and as you can see, it's a square made up of loads of tiny small squares. And if you count them going from left to right and top to bottom, you'll see that there are 8 squares going from left to right and 8 squares going from top to bottom. And if you're any good at maths, you'll know that that tells you that there are 64 squares in total. Now you will see that half the squares in the diagram are dark color, which are like 32 equals 64, you know? Math guys, math. Now the dark squares, we call them black squares. And the light squares, we call them white squares. But it doesn't matter what color they are on the chessboard, but we call them black squares and white squares. Even if they're like red and white, as you can see in the diagram, they're black squares and white squares. So you'll also see that at the bottom right hand corner, the square is a white square. Now, every time you set up a chessboard, it's crucial that you remember that there has to be a light square on the bottom right hand corner. And it's pretty easy to remember. All you have to remember is this neat little rhyme that I found called the rhyme goes white on the right. You see? Easy. And if the square is on the right, if the square on the right is white, you got it right. See? Easy. So next thing, you see the lines going across the board, like from left to right, like 8 of them are like going across the board left to right. As you can see in the diagram, the black arrow is showing you. They're called ranks. Now there are 8 ranks on the chessboard, obviously, and we call them the first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, all the way up to 8th rank, isn't it? And you can also see that there are lines going from top to bottom, and they're called files. You'll see that there are letters at the bottom of each file, and obviously that's what each file is named after. So as you can see, 8 files, A file, B file, C file, all the way up to the H file. See? You'll also see that there are squares going diagonally from corner to corner. Guess what they're called? Diagonals. Yeah. Also, with the diagonals, if you notice, if you look close, well, you don't really need to look closely, but all of the squares in the diagonal are the same color. I don't really need to remember that. That's just an observation that you may want to, just check out yourself. Now look around the side of the chessboard. Now what do you see? Letters and numbers. Can you count up to 8? Go on. No, count up to 8 like right now, like as I'm speaking right now, count to 8 and say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay? So just say your first 8 letters and first 8 numbers. You know how to do that? Alright, so you know a lot more than people who don't know how to count up to 8. Now here comes the hard part. Now each square has its own name made up of the letter of the file and the number of the rank. So it's basically grid location. Just think of it as grid location. So as you can see, each square has its own name. So as you can see on the diagram now, there is a star, and you can see if you go down the bottom, you see it's on the D file, and if you go to the side, you'll see it's on the 4th rank. So we call that square D4. You see, it's as easy as that. So thanks for watching this very short chess tutorial episode. I'm gonna be doing another one later on this week because that was like really short. So the reason I'm doing these so short is I can get 2 done every week, so it can like basically keep me busy and stuff like that. And I just hope you're gonna enjoy the series, and I hope it helps. So if it did help, please send a redstone signal to the like button and power it up, and if it didn't, hit the dislike button and let me know why in the comment section down below. Also comment what you would like to see for future videos. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. But for now, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Quick note, most of the pictures used in this video were created by a very handy and helpful website called Chess Kids. chessboard.org.uk. Please view that website for all sorts of chess resources and stuff. The owner of the website is Richard James, and he was my chess tutor. He's written a book called Chess for Kids, which really helps with the kids aspect of stuff. It's really humorous. It definitely made me laugh. So most of the pictures and stuff were made by Chess Kids, and the commentary, I got some resources from Chess Kid, but most of them was made by myself. We're like, basically, you know how like most tutorials have their own way of saying it, but they're pretty much saying the same thing? That's pretty much me. So basically everything was original in this video except for the pictures, of course. So anyways, I don't know why I'm signing off twice, but I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Once again, peace out. Now this may not seem like a lot to you guys, but I don't use Twitter much. I don't use Instagram.